Technical difficulties the second time uploading. We didn't have audio, so I'm just uploading this video here, family, for the sake of brothers and sisters over YouTube who couldn't hear when I did come back on. But we was talking about through fasting you get weak. So read that again, Psalm 109 and 24.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 109, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
My knees are weak through fasting.
My knees are weak through fasting. Go ahead.
And my flesh filleth of fatness.
All right, and my flesh filleth of fatness. So in that case, we understand that you're going to lose weight. And like I said, you got people who, their mindset is on, they want to lose weight. There's one way you can lose weight. Go on a fast. You know what I'm saying? And power up in the spirit as your flesh get weaker, because you're going to start aching if you fasting, like I said before. All right, and through time, as you shrinking fleshly, but your spirit is growing and getting more mighty. This is what you want to happen. All right, something else that I made mention of. I want to hit all them points. Oh yeah, the question. The question was asked: do you get angry or aggravated through or when you fast? The answer is con or yes. Yes, you will. You get, because the flesh, you know what I'm saying, what do you call it, hangry. You get hangry because you ain't ate. All right, but that's not we have to master that too. Your anger can't drive you to a point because you hungry or because you thirsty to where you mistreat your neighbor. All right, you got to still operate like you just ate a full course meal. You know what I'm saying? And through that, that's real training and building yourself up spiritually, to where any attack or thing that the enemy might come to you with can't have rule over you. There's a lot of people who fast. When they fasting, their mindset is on, man, I can't wait to stop to this fast over. I can't wait till the fast end. Mute your phone. All right, so they can't wait till the fast over, and what end up happening when the fast is over, they run into their machine or end up eating something, and they might have swine in it. Now it got pork. You so hungry, ready to end your fast at 12 o'clock. You on a plantation. Oh man, you didn't put your money in, put the number in, got the chips that come out the thing, open it up, put one in. These some pork rinds. You in your mind, you like, man, I ain't had none of this salt. Them just so salty. I like how the salt tastes on them. You just ate some swine, man. Because the mindset and the focus was on, you couldn't wait to end the fast. But the fast is supposed to be you powering up in the spirit, man. And that's what we want to do. All right, now let's go to Matthew 6. There's something else about fasting. Matthew chapter 6. Let's see.
You said something about the machine. You went to the machine, you end up getting that swine.
Mm-hmm.
How about so ready to get something to eat, go to the machine, put your money in, the money gets stuck. You can't get nothing no how.
And can't get nothing no how. Ain't that something? Okay. All right. Matthew 6, the water. Matthew 6. We're gonna go with start with verse 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast,
go ahead.
Be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance.
Of a sad countenance. So going into internally, in your spirit, in your mind, when you fasting, don't do it grudgingly. Don't do it in a way where you like, man, oh my God, I can't eat nothing. Now you all people like, man, you look kind of, because you can tell in different cases. Your eyes will look weak. You better look at people and like, man, you all right? You might look a little sick even when you fasting. All right, but a person, you're not gonna, I'm fasting, man. I got this fast going on. No. You don't do that with it. If you got a sad countenance, why are you doing it? You supposed to be doing it, understanding it, man. I'm finna power up. And it's a challenge that I'm going through. It's a challenge that I'm going through, but when I'm done with this fast, look, man, you devils finna bow down at the whisper. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. But if you doing it with the mindset, oh man, woe is me. You don't even need to be fasting. All right, go ahead with the verse.
All right. For they disfigure their faces.
They disfigure their faces. Go ahead.
That they may appear unto men to fast.
All right, that they may appear unto men to fast. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Verily I say unto you, that's your reward right there. You ain't finna get no power behind that fast. You want the people to know you fasting and feel like, he must be holy or she must be holy. She fasting. That's your reward right there. Whatever the men, the glory and the praise of men. But it ain't gonna spill over to that supernatural power that come from on high. All right, go ahead.
Verse 18. 17. But
you, go ahead.
When thou fastest,
when you fast, go ahead.
Anoint thy head and wash thy face.
Anoint your head and wash your face. Wash your face. Even brush your teeth. You know, some people say, you know, and I leave that on because they can go into so many other stuff. When you go to the Father individually and you fasting, you declare to the Father, I'm gonna fast today until 12 p.m. Make it known to him how you gonna do your fast. You know, some people say, well, if you fast, you just said taste nothing. So if you go brush your teeth, you taste some toothpaste and water, brother. You just contradict yourself. Understand this. Understand this. This is what I mean. If you gonna brush your teeth, you can even say, well, after I brush my teeth, after I wash my face, after I take my shower, from here till the sun go down, I'm fasting. All right. In that case, you don't break it. Now it won't be no contradiction for those who may want to come in and say something over the YouTube, the scoffers. All right. All right. But in the case where he telling you to wash your face because you don't, like what he said in the previous verse, you don't want to appear to men like you got a sad countenance. It's supposed to be a secret thing between you and the Father. Right. That's not everybody's business. Keep that to yourself. All right. Where we at? Anoint thy head and wash thy face. Yeah. So you wanna, when you come around, it's like they can't tell you fasting. You know what I'm saying? You operate like you operate on a regular basis almost. You still upbeat. You still happy. Might seem a little more focused. You know, but you ain't doing a bunch of complaining and looking sad and mad to where they got, like, what's wrong with you? That ain't the case. Like I said, you operate like you got a belly full. All right, the next verse.
Verse 18. That thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret.
Which is in secret. Go ahead.
And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
All right, and the Father which seeth in secret shall reward you openly. Even seeing so secret to what your intentions is behind that fast. Whether you want to go, say you finna go on fast, then go hurry up, run around, saying, hey, I'm fasting, y'all, so don't do that around me. No, the Most High want to know where your sincerity is. Got to do it sincerely. All right, and say He'll bless you in the open, keeping it private between you and He. All right, now let's go to Leviticus 23 because I mentioned the Day of Atonement. A day what the Most High has given us, a holy day, that the nation as a whole is to fast. All right, consuming nothing, or the scripture put it to afflict the soul, afflict the flesh, strengthen the spirit. All right, Leviticus 23 is before the book of Numbers.
22.
Leviticus 23. Start with 26. And I'm going to wrap it up with, I'll wrap it up after that a little bit. I think I got one more verse. But go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, beginning with verse 26. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
All right. On the 10th day of the 7th month shall be a day of atonement, or forgiveness and amends of your sins. Once a year, the Most High gave us this day, that we can get a clean slate from all our sin if we observe this commandment. Which goes into why the word had to tell you, don't worry about what's in the Old Testament. Just keep celebrate the holidays. You don't know anything about a holiday. All right? Because they want to keep you from the understanding and the blessing of this type. Getting a clean slate from sin every year. All right? But if you don't know about the commandment, if you don't know about it, how can you do it? You can't. Continue.
Continue verse 27. It shall be in holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that day, for it is a day of atonement.
In that same day.
Shalaki. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Most High your power.
Come on. Verse 29.
Verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
All right, the same soul within that day that's not afflicted, that you don't go through that challenge of fasting and separating yourself from the world altogether, said that person going to be cut off from amongst his people. You will be isolated or exiled. Which is one of the judgments listed in Ezra, the book of Ezra 7 or 26, I think to 28. Shoot from the hip. I will go ahead. But that's how serious it is. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, that same soul will I destroy from among his people.
All right, that same soul will be destroyed for working on that day. Go ahead.
Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings.
And all your dwellings, no matter where you are. Go ahead.
Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath or rest. And ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even. Shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
All right, from even unto even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. Or in this case, you're referring to the Day of Atonement. All right, let's go to Isaiah. I'm getting ready to close out. So just a little more about fasting. Before we close it out here, on how to fast. Let's see what I want. Isaiah 58 goes into the next matter pertaining to a fast. Isaiah 58. And it is more verses on those that'll be, included in today's message. Because it also tells you in Sirach, when you fast, what benefit has the fast if you fast for something and then you go back and do the same thing. All right. So we want to be careful as to not, dilute and defile the fast. All right, but Isaiah 58, start verse 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge?
So, and ask them, why did I fast? And, I didn't get the benefit or the profit of it spiritually. This is what the people had to say toward the Most High. Why did I afflict my soul, and you ain't do nothing for me? You ain't Isaiah 58 and 3. All right, read the B part.
Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, In the day of your fast ye find pleasure.
Behold, in the day of your fast ye find pleasure. So within the time frame of our fasting, we're not supposed to have pleasure. This what goes into why I said it's a spiritual detox as well as a physical detox. It's an isolation in a sense. Yeah, you can go out amongst the people to where if you got to go to work, so on and so forth, and they don't know, supposed to know you fasting. But once you get to yourself, you're not supposed to be in your fast. You sitting up there laid up with your feet kicked up at the house watching Jerry Springer or watching anything else that you get pleasure from. Listening to the music that's ungodly or that ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. Even in the case, I go forth to say, don't listen to nothing. You need all that time to focus on the Most High. If it's even in complete silence, if that's the case, when you give out yourself, and even I went to the point, because another thing you ask, do you get aggravated when you fast? Another thing that happens, you get sleepy. And sleepiness comes from the weakness. Don't even give your flesh sleep. If you can fight that, because in the sleep, guess what you're not feeling? You're not feeling the hunger. You're not feeling the affliction. So don't go to sleep either during the fast. Afflict your flesh even more. Man, I'm sleepy, but let me go in here and stand up like they used to say in school. All right? Because it helps you to escape from the hunger and the thirst. You got to be able to contend with the flesh face to face. All right? They say, behold, in the day of your fast, you find pleasure. Go ahead.
Alright, and exact all your labor.
Alright, and exact all your labors. And even with that, exacting your labor. Somebody owe you something. You supposed to be focusing on the Most High. You sitting here trying to make sure you get all your money. That money will be there. Your focus is shifted then. Your focus should be on the Most High. Go ahead with verse 4.
Verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate.
Now listen to that. Some people go on fast. They not fasting for purification of their spirit, their thoughts and minds. A better bond with the Most High. Strength in their spirit. Power to cast out demons and heal people. They fasting for strife and debate. What type of mess is that? You not fasting for the right reason.
Like you said earlier, same folks fast too.
Same people fast too. Go ahead.
And to smite with the fist of wickedness.
And to smite with the fist of wickedness. There go their anger coming in there. During the fast, now you so angry because you hungry. Your mind is not on the most. Now you punching somebody. Go ahead.
Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. Verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him?
All right, so going through even what we saw, how the people would put on sackcloth and put dirt on their head or ashes. So you ain't gonna fast the same way. Go ahead.
Wilt thou call this a fast, an acceptable day to the Most High?
All right, with that type of intention and mindset, you gonna call it a fast, a worthy, acceptable fast? Go ahead, verse 6.
Verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness?
All right, to loose the bands of wickedness. This is a part of the fast. If you're going to operate within a fast, it tell you too, within the Apocrypha. It said to do good with fasting. To do the good works while fasting. To give alms while fasting. Said that's awesome. That's an extra measure added to your fast. You fasting and you still got works of charity going on. That's an even more power. All right. But in the case with some fasting for strife and debate, that ain't no powerful fast right there. Go ahead. All right. But he told us to loose the bands of wickedness. Go ahead.
To undo the heavy burden.
So showing mercy. Go ahead.
And to let the oppressed go free. And that ye break every yoke.
All right. And that ye break every yoke. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry?
All right, like I said, showing those fruits of charity, even of love and giving alms. He said, is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry? You hungry yourself, but instead of them, like I said, this person ain't never offered you nothing. You go on a fast and they telling you, hey, let me buy you some chicken. Now, in the case where you fast, you be the one, hey man, you need something? Oh, let me buy that chicken for you. There's a power up added to your fast. All right, to deal thy bread to the hungry. Go ahead.
And that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house.
All right, and even those that's homeless, bring them into your house. Go ahead.
When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him.
All right, give garments to those who are without the clothing. Go ahead.
And that thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh.
All right, and not to hide yourself from your own flesh. Even how some just, you might be within your fast, somebody call you and say, I don't want to talk to them right now. I can understand the fast. You understand you want to be isolated if you're at the house. But in other cases, like I said, we got to face the world. That's why in Matthew 6, he said, when you go before men, don't appear as you fasting. Because you still got to go through everyday life. Listen, you ain't going to always be in a situation where you can just fast and be isolated. Now, you're going to have to be fasting amongst all types of spirits and still hold it down. All right, so in this case, they call you, answer the phone, what's going on? Keeping your mind on the most, man, I was trying to see you, man, I know you ain't been out to the club, man, you want to go to the club? If you ain't thinking about the Most High, and you end up, you know what, I ain't doing nothing, and you end up going to the club. No, he said, don't hide yourself from the fear. They call you, and that's what they asking about. No, I'm all right, cuz. How you doing, though? Bless you. You want to pray with me? Okay. They probably, I'm cool. All right. But finish that out. Verse 8.
Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thy health shall spring forth speedily.
And thine health shall spring forth speedily. That's another key about fasting. Perfecting the health. Like I said, the detox from these what we done intaken through the week. Different foods that got pesticides and everything else in it. Different toxics and pollutions. The foul bread. So your health will spring forth. You can perfect your health through fasting. All right, go ahead.
I was just gonna say something too. That's where you get the word. That's where you get breakfast from too.
That's where you get breakfast from. Break fast.
Break your fast.
Indeed, the water for their contribution, King.
Yeah. Continuing in verses 8. And thy health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Most High shall be thy reward.
All right, the glory of the Most High shall be thy reward. All right, and we want the glory from the Most High. We want the Father to look down and say, I'm pleased with my son. I'm pleased with my daughter. I love how you set out for that endeavor and you fast and you stayed focused and motivated on it. And since you did it, here you go. And a lot of times how the Most High do it, we may be fasting for our own purpose. But the Most High set it up to where as soon as you get through fasting, somebody come to you like, hey man, can you please pray for me? You didn't expect that, but you didn't girded yourself up. You didn't fast for 3 days from wake up time to 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. consuming nothing, only eating throughout after 3 p.m. And at the end of your 3-day fast that you declared to the Most High of how long you was gonna fast for them 3 days, somebody comes, this random person asks you to pray for them, and you pray for them. Then they come at you like, man, bro, I ain't the most spiritual man, or I don't read and go to church like I'm supposed to, but man, bro, whatever you said to God, man, He must heard you. That's how it go. That's how it be going, man. All right, so that's all I got for today. All praise to the Most High. I pray that the word was definitely edifying and strengthening. Let us fast more as a whole outside of the Day of Atonement. Peace and blessings to the church 12 tribes scattered abroad. Any questions, comments, or concerns that you all may have on YouTube, forward the information to children or the prophets 144 at gmail.com. Children of the prophets 144 at gmail.com. All right, Shabbat Shalom, family.